There is a snow forecasted for this weekend. We've still got sun at the minute, so we best get out and get some miles in before the weather really blocks any form of training. It was -3, so last year wasn't a very severe winter. I never had to ride in these types of conditions, so I'd kind of, almost forgotten how it feels like to ride in sub-zero conditions. Well, I'm quickly being reminded that it isn't very pleasant. We have goals that we're working towards, we have volume that needs to be put in, so we kind of have to get it done. And so I guess, it kind of teaches us resilience, if anything. So I'm supposed to do 3 hours today at endurance. We'll see if you can get that done. Kind of have to, because I gotta start being mindful of the volume. But I also have to be mindful of my ears. I don't want to lose them today. I saw pretty much all the pro cyclists that I follow on Strava bugger off to Spain this week, and yeah, I can kind of understand why. It is probably just a touch more comfortable to be riding over there and getting your base miles in, but listen, for us mere mortals, we've got to make do with what we've got, and that is sunshine, but pretty cold conditions. Let's just hope the snow doesn't arrive until a good couple of hours, and we should be okay. I'll report back at about an hour in. The good thing is that the legs are kind of ticking along nicely, so happy about that. By the way, does isotonic drink freeze? Alright, we're about an hour in. Little status update. It's still very cold, and I'm getting slightly jealous of those pros riding in Spain. Toes and fingers are starting to really hurt, and I'm not really getting into much of a rhythm because honestly the off-road sections, they're very sketchy. They're kind of like a mix between mud, ice, and then hard patches. And it just makes it very difficult to get into a rhythm, and I'm kind of thinking whether or not I should just stick to the road. Not sure. The conditions aren't ideal for proper training, but we're just gonna try to get it done. So I'm trying to stay on top of the hydration. That's kind of going okay. Eating, I haven't really been able to eat, which I'm gonna have to do, but then I have to stop, and then it gets even colder. So yeah, not ideal, but on the right side it hasn't rained or snowed yet, so there's that. Let's just keep trucking on. Yeah, well, it's still frozen. Alrighty, 2 hours in. Still very cold and still very jealous of the pros in Spain. I decided to ditch the off-road sections because I was just not getting into a groove, and honestly the average watts were dropping, and it's getting a bit ridiculous because I'm freezing my ass off and I do want to have something to show for it. I didn't quite fancy coming home with absolutely no training stimulus and not much fun, because honestly continuously having to click out of the pedals to walk isn't ideal. So I'm on the straight roads now, trying to put a bit of pressure on the pedals, aiming for 180, 190 to bring it home. I mean, kind of my core temperature I think is okay, feel fine. It's just that my fingers and my ears are absolutely killing me, but I guess they'll survive. So yeah, that's that. The nature of winter riding, it was a bit too ambitious to be going out for those large off-road sections, grooves that were just, yeah, you couldn't ride them, and each time you wanted to jump out of the grooves it was just very dangerous. So yeah, there you go. Final update coming at the end, and we'll see what that'll be. Also, I haven't seen a great deal of other cyclists on the road today. Normally on a Saturday in Belgium it is rammed with them. Today maybe most of them are on the trainer or are simply sitting inside at the fireplace. Who knows? Then again, not all of them have a race at the beginning of February, so there you go. Alright, we are in the home straight. We will be banking 3 hours in the freezer, and I am less jealous of the pros in Spain because I have built resilience and they haven't. Or at least that's what I tell myself now. My ears and fingers are still there. In fact, in the 3rd hour they started actually aching less, funnily enough. Maybe that's because I actually put down 2 20-minute blocks of about 180, 190. Maybe that warmed me up. So then tomorrow we have another day of training. We'll have to see how the conditions are tomorrow morning when we wake up. I'd love to go outside again. It's less long, about 1.5 hours to 2 hours, we'll kind of see. But again, forecast says snow, and I'm not sure whether that's actually going to be something I want to do. If I don't, then it'll be indoors. I won't be filming that because who wants to see that? And indoors it will be today. It started raining last night and then it froze during the night, which means that today or this morning the roads are just a tad too iffy to be going outside. So we're just gonna jump inside here on the trainer, get it done. I want to be riding a bit over an hour to go to reach overload this week, and that'll be that. The snow has arrived just as I finished my indoor ride. Good call, I would say. Good call.